LFA number 86 is in the books. 5 finishes out of 6 fights, 4 coming by way of submission. What a night here in Sioux Falls. And we begin, Pat, with the big boys as Jordan Heiderman met Jacob Hevlin, and both of these guys very athletic, could take a punch, came out swinging. This one would end up going to the judges' scorecard.
Well, and they stayed very busy for heavyweights. I mean, it was nonstop action. You know, it's like 155-pounders out there fighting, and both guys showing that they had great chins. They blasted each other the entire fight, and both guys weathered the storm really, really well. I'm impressed with both these guys.
Heiderman opened up a nasty gash on Hevlin early, but Jordan Hevlin never quit. I mean, he was working, gets the takedown late, but it was a little too late. Heiderman was able to fight it off and then ended this fight on top.
And I'm impressed with the wrestling skills of Heiderman, defending the takedowns as well as he did the entire fight.
Successful debut for the heavyweight. We now move into a big fight between Tony Grant and former Ohio State University wrestler Mark Martin.
This takedown started the downhill slide. I tell you what, once he got that takedown, you could tell he just knew he was going to take over, and he did just that. Mentally strong for being in that Ohio State wrestling room for 4 years straight. Kept the pressure on, and power in that left hand, brother.
That was the beginning of the end. The knee helped, and then Martin just went to town, taking his fight game up a level, training at the MMA lab in Arizona. Big win for Mark Martin, puts the LFA bantamweight division on high alert, victorious in his LFA debut, and improves to 4-1. Jeff Jepson from Iowa taking on Armando Gutierrez from Michigan. Gutierrez, what a performance.
You can tell Gutierrez is going to make a splash in this sport. He is the real deal. Very well balanced attack, very well conditioned. A guy who stayed dedicated through this entire pandemic, turned his house into a training facility. This guy wants to be a world champion, and he shows it in his work ethic and his performances.
Relentless attack. Armando Gutierrez, known as El Toro, then sank in rear naked choke. There is the tap. Third first round victory for Armando Gutierrez. He keeps his spotless record intact. Eric Murray Jr. and that man, Fabio Charant. Charant came out quickly and ended this fight in spectacular fashion.
Didn't take long at all for the southpaw Charant. He landed that left to the body and then right back upstairs to the head. Here he is, locking on the anaconda, doing a beautiful job. Hooking the leg, stacking him down on top of his hips. Not a whole lot you can do once you get caught in that position, buddy.
A very emotional victory for Fabio Charant. He was coming off a loss in the Contender Series. This meant a lot to him to bounce back. Co-main event, wow. Intense stare down from Arthur Estruzoulas against Dominic Clark, and Estruzoulas delivered.
Estruzoulas, a very impressive performance. I mean, using his, even though he wants to use his Muay Thai, ends up using his BJJ black belt to secure the finish on the ground. I tell you what, he is a finisher either way.
Tight choke, and that's all it took. 8th career submission win for Arthur Estruzoulas, who is now 2-0 in the LFA Octagon, improves to 12-4 overall. Main event, Gregory Fisher taking on mainstay Jimmy Flick for the LFA flyweight title. And don't blink, because this one ended quick.
Flick, nice job getting in on the single, dumping Fisher down on his hip. Fisher doing a good job fighting it off initially, but Flick, he knows how to chain those takedowns together. Coming from Oklahoma, watch him change direction. Go back the other way with the double leg off the single, and instantly recognizes the arm triangle is there, goes to his back to finish, and just stays glued to him as Fisher tries to roll through on it. There is no defense saving you from a Jimmy Flick arm triangle.
He is slick, Jimmy Flick. Maybe you could use that as his new nickname. 12th submission win. First time that Greg Fisher has ever been finished, and 7th first round finish for Jimmy Flick. He is your new LFA flyweight champion. Well, the titles just keep coming. This will be our 4th title fight in as many weeks. The lightweight championship on the line when Bryce Logan throws down with Jacob Rosales. The Legacy Fighting Alliance will be back July 31st and exclusively on UFC Fight Pass.